Hello, people. Welcome on board to the Thursday installment of Spring Trends right here on Western Spring Television. Right here is where we'll talk about everything and anything trending, basically on social media. We try to get some analysis and also reactions of people as to what they think about the conversation. And my name is Evelyn Ohiola. You know, I do not do this alone. Femi Ojo is here. Good morning, Femi.
If actually you know who Jude Bellingham is, as I raise hands like this, you know this is a Jude Bellingham way at Real Madrid. So, thank you for having me here.
Femi, you feel yourself too much. You're feeling yourself too much.
Who am I to complain? It is what it is. Good morning, people.
All right, so let's just go over to our very first story for today. And the very first story is talking about the Chief of Staff to the President, Mr. Femi. Is actually another Femi.
No, that's Gbajabiamila.
All right, talk about Femi Gbajabiamila, and he is actually trending on X as Chief of Fraud. Let's see what this is all about. Remember the Better Edu case and how it has actually elicited a lot of controversy online this past few weeks, and there is actually a letter going on, being circulated on social media, talking about a 3 billion naira COVID-19 palliative fund for verification of the National Social Register, and people are asking 3 billion naira to verify a social register, a national social register. Of course, we see that documents there, the signature, which some people say isn't the signature of, there is some discrepancies in that particular signature of Femi Gbajabiamila. Let's see what people are saying about these at this time. All right, the very first, very first reaction I'm going to take is at Zayad_A_Yagzid says, does that mean Gbaja apparently fudged the letter? He claimed BAT approved and BAT is claiming he didn't know. What is going on? Better Edu opened a can of worms. And that Victor50 says, does accountability isn't exempted from those at the top? Setting a good example is paramount. Femi Gbaja needs to explain what he used 3 billion naira palliative money to do. Hashtag Chief of Fraud. And at Fevi_Fresh_ says, how and why would Gbaja approve 3 billion naira to verify register without the president's consent? This is so awful. The Chief of Staff needs to be investigated. And let's see. Still at Zayad_A_Yagzid says, how do we achieve a working country when 3 billion naira meant for citizens' palliative got diverted for some people's personal use? Probe Femi Gbajabiamila. And now, Femi, would you be an advocate for your namesake at this time? It's just 9 months into the administration.
Now he's my namesake.
Yeah, isn't he? Are you trying to deny him now?
The thing is, every conspiracy, every maligning of the name Femi will not be condoned, by the way. But I'm speaking to the issues right now.
Yeah.
I think it's something that should not be taken lightly.
Okay.
Every fact, every evidence should be proved, irrespective of whether it's, involved at this time. 3 billion Nigerian naira for what again? For approval, according to that letter, conveyance of approval, an appeal to use 3 billion naira from the COVID-19 palliative fund for verification of the National Social Register. What are they verifying? What's the worth of that social register that need 3 billion of Nigerian naira to verify? We must know. And that letter, if actually is correct, if actually is anything to go by, was, at 18th of September 2023, written on it, and now having a purported signature of Femi Gbajabiamila, Chief of Staff to the President as well. Everybody involved should be questioned on this matter. Gbajabiamila doesn't have immunity. Is a staff, the Chief of Staff to the President. So it should be questioned, but then the question is who at this time? Is it the National Assembly? Is it by its principal? His principal has made it known that nobody's ox will be God, nobody is bigger than the law at this time, and this is the time to really walk the talk.
Okay.
But then the workability, Femi Gbajabiamila being probed, okay, we wait to see.
I think it's too big to be thrown under the bus, because people actually felt Better Edu was a small fry. That was why she was thrown under the bus.
Femi Gbajabiamila to Tinubu, I'm not insinuating anything, but it's too close to home. I think so.
All right. If you can do this in 10 seconds, Femi, do you think the president's cabinet pulling him back? First it was the NSIPA CEO, Alima Shehu, then the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Better Edu, the Minister of Interior, Tunji Ojo, then now the Chief of Staff, Femi Gbajabiamila, just at the, beginning of this administration.
By the way, let me state it very quickly that we are whole humans. People's intentions change over time. People's personality, sometimes it stays for a long time, sometimes it changes. And sometimes people don't get to do things that you think they will never do. But when they are put in place, that they get to do those things, will they do it or not? Right. So if actually these guys are pulling, or these actions or these allegations are pulling him back, it's right for the president to stand his ground and say, I don't care, I have where I'm going. Everybody that is not part of this journey should please stay behind. Okay,
let's move on to our second story for today. And our second story for today is on the tragic incident that happened in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, 2 nights ago, that left 3 people dead, 7 injured, and over 50 houses destroyed. We have been hearing the governor of the state talk to these issues, saying that it was an explosive being stored in that old Bodija estate, one of the houses in that old Bodija estate, that has left this wreckage in the heart of the city. Let's take our very first reaction to this story. Gail Akosa says, that sounds more like it. The gas explosion rhetoric didn't make sense to me. And let's take on at Henry_the_Great. It says, questions. What was the nearby building on fire? Rather, was the nearby building on fire? Will C4, dynamite, TNT, etc. all go off in just one big bang? The only way that is possible is if the house was rigged to explode. And at Don De Kojo says, this crater is from a house used by illegal miners to store explosives used in mining. The stockpiled C4, dynamite, ANFO, and TNT in the house, and fire from a nearby building triggered the explosion. It is quite insane that dangerous explosives were housed in a residential area. And at Abdul_A_Bello says, those responsible must be prosecuted and punished accordingly for this. Femi, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think to start with, our hearts and thoughts are with the people that have suffered casualty and fatalities in this matter. The fact that Bodija, that the Oyelese Street, it's elitist in composition of people that live there, doesn't mean a loss is not a loss. Many of them might be affected for life, because irrespective of compensation paid by the government, it might not really return people back to work losing what they are worked for all their life. The governor of the state, Seyi Makinde, speaking on a program yesterday, that he spoke with a professor emeritus who told him that it was only the clothes on his body that he has, speaking about the achievement or whatever that man. So I thought I'm present with them. Now, speaking to the matter, this is the time, looking at these tweets, this is the time that almost everybody around, especially on the social media space, is forming Sherlock Holmes at this time, trying to be FBI, CIA, KGB, and
is that what they do on social media, especially
at
X?
This time, bringing opinions, of course, is their opinion. By the way, they have right to it. But we should allow the law enforcement agencies, everybody involved, to do their work. Name on this matter. Governor Seyi Makinde has said the state government is on top of this situation. And if you ask me, information management on this matter has been quite excellent. The governor has been there. He has been available. And in fact, coming on that program yesterday, people believed this is the right thing to do. He wanted a platform that can address those situations.
Douse the tension.
We are on top of the matter.
Exactly.
We are not just hearing press releases from media assistants and media aides. So these concerns might be genuine, but let the people that officially saddled with that responsibility do their work, so that we don't spread all this kind of panic, all this kind of what's resulting of fake news. I said it on a forum earlier that I've seen pictures that I know, even me as Femi, I know this cannot be from that scene. This can only be a bullet wound, and people are, you know, transmitting and sending all these images to be, this is what has happened. You need to see the kind of numbers that are being bandied to be to say these are the people that have died from that situation. Yeah, plus or minus, you know, rescue operations is continuing. The state government has not said it has been closed. It's still continuing, and we hope things will be done rightly. But there's a sad situation. The state government has said some people stored dynamite where it's not supposed to be, and that is a no-no. And that should send a message to everybody, other states, every critical stakeholders to say, please, let's do what we have to do, you know, before situations arise, and we start the grammar.
You know, speaking in the interview too yesterday, the governor said that he is going to talk with the president and also try to sign an executive order that if you are working probably by virtue of your business with explosives, it should be stored with the military. Then when you need it, the military will escort you to where you want to use it for. I think this preventive measures, these measures should be put in place to actually prevent some further occurrence from happening in the future. And of course, please cooperate. Yes, please cooperate with the state government, because the governor said yesterday also that people living 250 meters radius from ground zero will be asked to relocate, you know, so that we do not have any house coming down and people have to, you know, will die again. All right, I'll move to our next story for today. And our next story for today, I need to do this, really.
Well, what's going on here? Oh.
I'm training, you know, I'm trying to, you know, if she can do it, we all can.
Leila Ali, we know. So, who are you?
Okay, that is the story of Elizabeth Shabba, who has actually won the World Boxing Council Silver Featherweight title in 2024. And, you know, our journey began in our hometown of Ogun State, Western Nigeria, where she had a modest start in local gym. She had just won every bag filled with sand. Despite the limited resources, she quickly developed a passion for the sport and went on to have around 60 amateur fights, winning all but 3. Achievements include a silver medal at the 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham and a gold medal in the 2023 Fight Town Prospect Tournament. In 2024, she claimed the IBO Female Super Featherweight title by defeating Martina Rigi. And a lot of people are coming out to actually sing her praises because it's not easy. And that online guru _ says, congratulations to Elizabeth Oshoba as she becomes first Nigerian female boxer to win world title, Agba Boxer. And at Ashafa 200 says, the most interesting was that the preparation for such bout was just 2 weeks. She fought 4 bouts last year alone. The young lad is a beast. And that Pre _ she says, why am I just finding out that there is women boxing? Congrats. Of course, there is women boxing. There's women wrestling. You know, people don't just talk much about it. And that's great. Michael
the male
Wan
is obtainable with the female.
Exactly. As great Michael Wan says, congratulations, Elizabeth Oshoba. Really, this is a big win for us, Nigeria. You know, we do well when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to sports, and when it even comes to intellect. Nigerians, we are loaded. Your take.
So, Miss Elizabeth Oshoba, big ups to you.
So, Femi, know how you talk to me, because I really will go for this training. I need to. I need to.
Elizabeth Oshoba, we know. Who exactly are you?
Our name starts with E. My name starts with an E. Evelyn. What Elizabeth can do, you think can do better.
What you know how to do best.
What do I know how to do? I can use that as a side hustle.
All right. A side also?
Yeah.
All right. Big congratulations to Ms. Elizabeth for doing, firstly, herself.
She's just
proud.
25.
Yeah. And, you know, as they say around here, Ijao dollar, you know, Yoruba
But
language.
there are some Ijada dollar. Not even just dollar, I mean the dollar.
Yeah, Ija is now dollar, you know, in the kind of sport, by the way, not just fisticuffs and weathering through whatever she has gone through. We learned she had 4 fights last year, and we know how difficult it can be for sport people to thrive. In fact, for anybody to
especially
thrive.
females.
Female, by the way, that stereotype is there to say, what can she do? Is she, has anybody ever done it?
Yeah.
Till somebody do it, most persons just say, you know, just stick to the safest part. And, you know, it's not really surprising that when our people from education, let me just say from anthropology to zoology, A to Z, when they get outside the shores of our country, they do well. Meaning, just give that environment a conducive atmosphere.
People will thrive. People will thrive.
Really, from literal to a literary world to intelligence to sport. Many of our people will actually do well. In fact, when people jackpot to go and study, they come back with laurels, by the way. That doesn't mean we don't have a few scrupulous elements, who go outside the shores of our country to go and do, you know, stupid things. But then we have a load of us who are doing extremely well. So once again, congratulations to Elizabeth. And this is to every girl child. If you can conceive it, you can do it.
But what's with this Ogun State? Ogun State has this, they are athletes, I don't know.
Maybe the support, maybe there's something Lagos State as well, you know.
Of course. So let's move over to
and Osun State as well.
And Osun State. So I can represent. I can represent Osun State.
Okay, that's where you know you.
I really will start my rehearsals.
Is it?
I will start this rehearsals. There's nothing you want to tell me.
That's right.
Okay, so let's move very swiftly to our last and final story for today. As an innocent man who spent 44 years in prison for rape receives 25 billion naira compensation in the U.S. A North Carolina man who spent 44 years in prison after being wrongfully convicted of raping a woman in 1976 has reached a historic $25 million. That's about 25 billion naira combined settlement in a civil lawsuit in the U.S. And people are reacting to this particular issue. Let's quickly take reactions. $25 billion is a joke to you. A working class cannot earn such in a lifetime. And this is from @Benny Pexy on X. @Clotkin Casual says, God forbid such opportunity. 44 years in prison. They stole his life. What do you think you can offer such person that will erase prison experience? Not even 2 years. They had to wait over 40 years to visit his case. God forbid. And @Irunia says that money will not bring back his time, but it's a win for him. What happens to the woman that falsely accused him of rape? Will she continue walking free? Femi, your take very quickly on this.
That age, I wouldn't personally, God forbid, bathing, I wouldn't trade my freedom for anything.
Not for
anything.
25 billion.
Anything.
Femi,
Evelyn,
25 billion.
44 years of somebody's life. That is active life. Deprived of him, definitely, of family, of association, of love, of health. You know, so many things that will have gone through his mind, people will have lost in that process. He's not even aware of whatever is going out. And it took 44 years for a wrong to be made right, and now $25 million is being offered. How long does he have left to spend that money? You know, and
but do you think he was well compensated? $25 million.
I can't say that if that is enough in money. I'm not sure that can compensate for the life. I mean, for the time he has lost. And very quickly, as we round off, false accusation. For me, if you ask me, it should carry the same penalty as the real rape act as well. Rape is a no-no. It's never.
But when you accuse someone falsely, you should also
you should be at the penalty. Nobody, no apology, no forgiveness should be equal. Inasmuch a rapist can never be condoned in our society. It's a no-no, either as a man or as a woman. But if you falsely accuse somebody, you should carry the same penalty. All
right, and that is our time for today. Thank you so much, Femi Ojo, for coming on board. And to you, our esteemed viewers, thank you for making it a date with us. Till this morning. We'll make a return tomorrow for another interesting spring trends. Until then, have for yourself a good and productive day. My name is Evelyn Ohiola. Stay safe.
Bye-bye.